Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be changing the oil in my BMW e46 325i. So it's a super easy process. All you need is a wrench with a 17 socket for the plug on the bottom, some pliers to get the oil filter cap loosened so you can take out the oil filter, change that out. Then you need your oil, obviously a 5W30 full synthetic. Then you need the filter from the store, and then you just pull it out, replace the filter, put the new oil in, and super easy process, and that's it. So let's get this thing going, and then yeah, so this is be how you change oil on your e46 BMW. The first thing you need to do when you start changing your oil is you need to jack up your car. Either put it with a jack, a lift, or whatnot. But anyway, on these cars right here, there's a jack point in the front, right behind the front wheel. There's also one in the rear for other things too. So jack up the car, we'll get under there, we'll take out the drain plug, and then drain all the oil out. So on the bottom of your motor, where your oil pan is right here, you have the drain plug right here, which is a 17mm socket I use. I don't think you can use a wrench, but use a 17mm socket. Loosen this guy right here, drain all your oil out, and then ideally when you drain your oil, you want to have the motor warm, so the oil is warm so you get the most out of your motor, because that way it flows better. And obviously it also comes out faster. So now while the oil is being drained out of the motor, you take your plug that you just pulled out of your motor, and you have this brass seal ring. You just toss that to the side because you don't need that anymore. Get your new filter ready, keep that clean. But in your new filter kit, you get a new seal ring and a new O-ring that goes onto the filter. Goes for the filter. You put that there. I'll put the new seal ring on. Put that on so we don't lose it. And now we'll go ahead and change the filter out. Alright, so now to change the filter out on these, the filter is right here. I just use a pair of channel locks to get it off because the threads are already messed up anyway, and it's not a big deal to me personally. But you can use a wrench because it is a hex head right there, or you can use like the normal oil cap removers. But I just use channel locks because they work. And the threads are already messed up when I got the car, so it's not a huge deal. So you just basically take off this cap. You loosen it all the way up. Pull it out. Take out this is your oil filter. It's all dirty and grimy, so we'll get that changed out. So to get this old filter out, we're just gonna pull it right off of the holder, the casing. Take new filter, same thing both ways. So you just take it, slide it right on. So see how this ring is that size, and then there's a piece on here this just slides onto, just like that. And you just push it down. Make sure it's all the way in. Just like that. Pops right in. And now there's a O-ring. The new O-ring goes right here, right in this little lip at the bottom of here, or top. So you're just gonna pull that out with like a small screwdriver. Just get under it. Just wanna make sure that you don't mess up any of the plastic threads or the holder that holds it in. So you just kind of work it off. And so it goes right. See this thick ring right here? That's where that O-ring sits in. So you put the new one in there. And I like to take just a little bit of the new oil, put on some of my finger, and I'll rub it on this new O-ring just to get it nice and lubricated, so that it doesn't, that way it won't bind or anything. So it's nice sealing power. And you just run it over the top. Push it all the way down. You shall work it down onto the threads. Once you get on the threads, then it's nice and easy. It'll just roll right down and sit. It'll roll right down and sit right in that gap. Just like that. You got the new O-ring in right there. New filter on. And I'll go ahead and put that in the car. So I'll take this, just sit it right here. So you put this guy into here, on your piece. Just set it right back in. Make sure you get the threads straight. You don't want to cross thread them because they are plastic going into metal. Just put your hand tight all the way down. Take your pliers or wrench or whatever you're using. Just tighten it back down. It's going to feel pretty tight because you have the O-ring you're working with or against. You just tighten it all the way down until it'll just stop threading in. You don't want to over tighten it because you don't want to break anything. You want to get it tight, so that's all we do. That's how you change your oil filter. Now we'll go ahead and put the plug back in because all the oil will be drained out. And then we'll go ahead and fill the oil up. Now that I have the plug back in, car lowered down to the level surface, I'll go ahead and add the oil in. And these cars take about 7 quarts of 5W30 Mobil 1 full synthetic. Alright, now we've got all our oil in. Go ahead and replace the cap so that way it's sealed off. Next thing you can do is you can pull your dipstick and check your oil levels. You always want to make sure your car's on level surface when checking the oil. And when you first pull a dipstick, always wipe it off because oil splashes up and stuff and will get higher than what it actually is. So you always want to clean it off. Put it all the way in, pull it back out. And as you can see, the oil, you can kind of see it, but the oil is right at the top. So there's 2 lines right here. And the oil is right at the top, which is where we want it, which tells us the car is full to the max of oil. At the bottom line, basically means the car needs a quart more, and anything lower than that means you want more oil in your car. So that's how you change your oil on a 2003 BMW 325i. Another thing you can do is you can always turn it on, make sure that it's, you have some oil circulated around, and then check it again, which I'll go ahead and do that. But and you always want to check it when the car's off, not running. Alright, so that's how you change the oil on your 2003 BMW 325i. And your e46 is pretty standard on most cars. That's how you do it. You drain the oil, change the filter out, replace the plug, fill it with oil, check it, make sure it's good. And you always want to check your oil on a flat surface. So at the car level, if the car is like kiltered or whatever, it'll change the amount of oil in certain parts of the motor where the dipstick is located. So it could be too deep or not deep enough in the oil. So you always want to have a level ground. And then yeah, so that's how you change your oil. Super simple, super easy. And yeah, cool. Thanks for watching.